if the apocalypse had happened tomorrow, and I only had one bourbon to drink, that might be my pick.
There you go.
Coming to essentially live from the pop-up Beer to Whiskey Studios on the floor of the Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as some people call it. We call it that. And it says it on the sign.
Might as well call it that.
Yeah. On South Lawrence Street in glorious downtown Greenville, South Carolina, I'm Russ Heaps. Welcome to this episode of It's Just Bourbon. And that's where I get with my good buddy here, Big John Richards, and we grab a bourbon and we take some sips and we smell it and sniff it and kibitz about it and enjoy the ever-loving crap out of it.
Especially in this case.
Yes, in this case. So what we have here today is what John categorizes as his favorite.
This is just
favorite bourbon.
This is almost an easy call for me. Like, and it's probably because I don't know enough about bourbon, but it just has been for a long time. It's been my favorite bourbon. It's the one. If I got to default to something, it's always going to be this.
Eagle Rare, a product. Poker face. Product of Buffalo Trace, which cranks out some very serious bourbons. And actually, a lot of my favorite bourbons come out of Buffalo Trace. And this is one of them. It's 90 proof. You can pick it up for, if you can find it, usually somewhere between 50 and 75 bucks a bottle. Aged 10 years. Yes, me first.
Yeah, well, yeah. You always pour for your company first. I wasn't going any higher.
John gets a little carried away with these, particularly when he's pouring my Eagle Rare. It was like up to here before the last time he came to see me, and now it's look, you see where it's at.
I think I had 2 total shots, but I did look at that bottle when he set it down on the table. I was like, that was more full last time I saw it.
And I have to admit, it is one of my all-time favorite bourbons as well. Usually, we'll give you some background on it and blah-de-blah-de-blah, but you know what? It's Eagle Rare. Buffalo Trace.
It's 90 proof.
90. You don't have to say anything more about it than that. That's all there is to say about it. Mm-hmm. Text me slowly. You know, I know what John's going to say about it.
Well, this is the thing that almost started that thing for me, which we're going to get to. But we're smelling it. We're tasting it. And it's just, man, it is Jolly Rancher green apple all over the place. It is crazy. And that's the thing. This thing and this green apple that's all over this is what drew me in. It's what made me identify that flavor. And now every time I taste a whiskey, I taste apples. So
not every time, but a lot. He gets out of a lot of stuff.
I appreciate you letting me off the hook like that.
I know, and I never thought about green apples and Eagle Rare until John brought it up. But once he did, it was like I can't get it out of my head, and that's exactly what I sniff and taste. I'm probably very easily hypnotized too. I don't know.
Aren't we all? There's a ton of stuff going on in there. There's a little more. I think I'm getting a little more. It's spicier today. But I've also been drinking some beer today, so my palate's probably covered up with the texture of beer, and this is just pushing through it with that spice.
But wow, there is so much. I don't know whether it's butterscotch or toffee.
Yeah,
but
and I was gonna say,
it's huge.
there's more toffee and there's more vanilla in this today for me too. Yeah, when that hit my tongue and all that real butterscotchy toffee thing right up front hits, and then it's spicy on the finish, and there's a little bit, I mean, I get some of that like Granny Smith green apple skins thing in there too. There's so much of that on the nose though, and less of it when it hits my tongue.
It's 90 proof, 45%.
It also says
ABV.
it's straight bourbon whiskey, which we've talked about. What are the rules for straight bourbon whiskey?
It's got to be aged at least 2 years.
Is that it?
Well, other than normal bourbon stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was something else in there, like it had
But
to be.
it's got to be aged 2 years, unless they put the age on it. And the age on this is 10.
Yeah.
This is Eagle Rare is the normal Eagle Rare is aged 10 years, which is
It's insane.
way more
Yeah.
than what your typical bourbon is.
And there's a 17 out there too,
There is. I would love to get my hands on that.
right?
But I don't have $1,000 to pour into it. You know,
20 shots of whiskey.
yeah. But if you can find this, if you found this actually at Buffalo Trace, because they do have a gift shop and occasionally they put the bottles out, I bet you this is $40 at Buffalo Trace. But you're not going to find it under anything less than 75 or 80, probably elsewhere.
Yeah,
if you can
around
find
here
it.
it's an $85 bottle. But South Carolina is an expensive place to buy alcohol in general. 'Cause we just have high excise taxes here. That's neither here nor there. That's not what we're here to
buckle the
talk
Bible
about.
Belt. Buckle the Bible.
But yeah, it's like it's a high end bourbon without the incredibly high end. Even if you bought on secondary market, you might only spend 90 or $100 on it if somebody had one.
Well, I've got another bottle of it at home that I bought out of a whiskey bar that I go to down in Florida.
Next time.
And it was a barrel pick that they had gone to Buffalo Trace and picked this barrel and, whatever. And I paid $100 out of the restaurant for that. So you should be able, if you can find that, you should be able to get it for about $75. I would think.
It's a real fun bourbon.
And I will also say that if the apocalypse happened tomorrow, and I only had one bourbon to drink, that might be my pick.
There you go. Hard to say it's not your favorite bourbon now.
I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say it's my favorite bourbon, but if I could live with that, if that was the only bourbon I could drink, I could live with that for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I like to keep talking about what's going on with this because every time it hits my palate, something different's going on. It's like Heath Bar coffee right now. It's just that real sugary, sweet, caramelized sugar side of things. It's so every time I take a sip, it's a little bit different. It's a great quality to have.
John's a fan.
I'm a fan.
He's a fan.
Well, our Thurn Pro Overlord is going to start beeping at us and
It's
getting angry. It's getting angrier by the minute.
it's
Russ.
sick. Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be like jumping,
Bouncing on the table.
bouncing around.
That's right. That's what it does. It's
So
going to kick us out.
yeah, so we're running up against the clock. Again, if you can find Eagle Rare, highly recommend it. Everybody should have that in their bourbon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If this isn't in your bourbons, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, if you can find it. If you can't find it and don't have it, that's different. But if you can find it and don't have it, that's on you,
Right?
sir. Sir. So damn lucky. See you next time.